Everything feels boring lately. And I don't mean the obvious stuff like work, studying, all the things that were, always a bit boring. I mean things that actually used to be fun. Like scrolling feels boring. Watching movies feels boring. Even going out sometimes just feels like effort that doesn't quite pay off. And I know I'm not the only one because my boy texted me one evening and said, nothing feels exciting these days. Everything feels boring. In fact, he said that boredom itself feels, well, boring. He asked if he was the only one feeling it, and I know there's probably millions of us feeling this type of way. We ended up having a long conversation on how things don't hit the same anymore, back and forth listing a bunch of things that used to be peak excitement, but now just isn't. And it's not even that long ago if you think about it. I'm not just talking about big things. I mean, even small things that used to feel good just don't hit the same anymore. You used to get excited about the weekend, and now Friday comes and it's just like, okay, cool. You used to look forward to that show, and now you scroll through it while doing something else. You finally got the thing you wanted, and it felt great for maybe a day. Then it's just the thing you have now. Like, remember when a new iPhone dropping was actually an event? People camped outside stores. You'd watch the announcement like it was a sports final. Now it comes out and it's like, okay, slightly better camera, same notch, whatever. And at some point you start thinking maybe you've just become one of those people who can't appreciate anything. Probably, but I don't think that's the only problem. Here's what I actually think is happening. About the plans that you had. You used to look forward to things days in advance. Now you make plans, and by the time they arrive, you're already kind of tired before you even get there. Nothing changed about the plans, but somewhere along the way, your brain stopped treating them like events and started treating them like just things that happen. And here's what I think is actually behind all of it, and I believe most of you would agree with the COVID part, so stay with me. Your brain is incredibly good at one thing: adapting to whatever environment you put it in. That's literally how humans survived. New place, new threat, new situation, your brain figures it out and adjusts. But here's the thing about adapting. Once your brain adjusts to something, it stops treating it as new. It becomes normal. And normal things don't excite you. Now think about what your brain has had to adapt to in the last few years alone. COVID hits and overnight the entire world changes. How we work, how we socialize, how we live, your brain had to rewire itself just to understand what normal even meant anymore. Then, before it could fully settle, AI explodes out of nowhere. Not gradually, overnight. Things that felt like science fiction became tools people were using at work and household. And then more tech, more news, more noise. Every week something new demanding your attention. Something bigger, faster, louder than the last thing. Automotive industry spamming weird, ugly looking fridge called a car with a 1,000-inch screen, additional 500 inches for passengers, and then go ahead and call it an all new redesigned piece of shit. Your brain kept up. That's what it does. It adapted. But adapting to that kind of speed comes with a cost. When your brain has been running at that pace, absorbing that much change, that much stimulation, it recalibrates what something happening actually feels like. And suddenly, a Friday doesn't feel like anything. A package arriving doesn't feel like anything. Plans with friends feel like effort before you even get there. Not because those things got worse, because your brain adapted to a world that was moving faster than anything it was built for. And now ordinary life genuinely can't keep up. The frustrating part is it just keeps going. Something feels a bit dull, so you reach out for your phone. Your baseline nudges up, now even more things feel dull, so you reach for it again. And slowly, without you deciding it, your brain starts needing more and more just to feel something normal. Not excited, just normal. Honestly, when I figured this out, it kind of annoyed me. Because nothing actually got less interesting. A good conversation is still the same thing it always was. A meal, a walk, sitting somewhere without doing anything. These things didn't lose their value. Your brain just lost its ability to feel them properly because it's been running on something stronger for so long that anything quieter doesn't register the same way anymore. So, if lately nothing really excites you, maybe you should reduce giving your brain mindless things to adapt to. For example, mindless phone scrolling. Give your mind a direction. Let yourself sit quietly and give your brain a chance to appreciate basic things. Be bold, be soft, but above all, stay human. I'm Wi-Fi, stay connected.